Aloha, ladies and gentlemen. We're taking a look at the markets for May 20th, 2021, 10:28 Hawaii p.m. Hawaiian Standard Time. We're looking at the S&P 500 and what happened with the S&P 500 today. Looks like not much. All right, this must be for, living in Hawaiian Standard Time. We're quite a few hours behind Eastern Standard Time, which is what the stock market runs in the American stock market. And so this candle right here, this is for tomorrow. maybe it's today for you, but if you look at the bottom down here, when I put this crosshair up on this, you'll see that it says May 21st, but as you can tell, for me it's still May 20th. So we're looking at this candle. So S&P gapped up a little bit. We see that the buyers came in, drove it all the way up to here, but sellers pushed it down to here, and kind of parallel, not exactly parallel, but this wick goes up sort of parallel with this. So it looks like right now a little bit of selling. And as I like to do, let's look at the line chart. Take a look at the line chart. Okay, maybe we're getting a W. It looks like it could blast off. So it'll be, if it can break past this point, that's a significantly monumentous event. But the real monumentous event will be breaking this all-time new high. In my guess is that before the end of the year that we're gonna break this. We're pretty close to it. This isn't really that big of a sell-off. If you look at the 200-day moving average, it's been moving up. If you think about that, that's a pretty good incline. And 50-day moving average still moving up. Yeah, the 20 a little bit wobbly, but it overall it still seems to be in a bit of a more of an upward trend than a sideways trend. Yeah, depending on the time frame that you're looking at, you could say it's going sideways right now, but we're looking at a 6-month chart, and on a 6-month chart, to me, it still looks up. Doesn't mean it can't change, but that's my guess, is that the government is not going to let the stock market fall yet. That'd be my guess. But you know what? I'm not a government insider. I could be wrong. Maybe they will. Let's look at the E-mini futures, see what's going on there. More than likely, it's already for the 21st. So pretty bullish. We want to see, it's kind of right around here. This is this area. We want to see the price take out that, and then of course the next thing. It looks almost identical to the S&P 500, because in a way it is the S&P 500, just a different facet of it. So looks good. And let's take a look at gold. Well, gold. This must be today. Yes. So it's looking relatively good. You can remember a couple of videos ago, I was talking about if it can get above this 200-day moving average and maintain and just keep building a base there. And that's what it looks like. So I'm going to put my cursor here, and you see the crosshairs. Now look to the left. And interesting how almost exactly all the way to the left, 6 months ago, we have this point, and this point. So if it maintains in this general area, then more than likely I would guess it's building a base to potentially move higher. And however, when the sellers bring it all the way down to here, however, if we see the price action start dipping lower, especially down here, if we see the price action break down here and around this what is that like? I'll tell you exactly what it's like. It's 18, 1810, 1813, 18.9, somewhere in here. This area here. See, and the reason why I'm saying this, it went up here, came down here, and then this point, it really catapulted up here. So if it stays, the first point I would be looking at to see if it's going to stay above is this general area here. But if it breaks down below that, what's it going to do in this area? And then what's it going to do in this area? As far as going up, we're looking to the left. We see we've got this. I've got a little bit here. Of course, we've got this. But we really want to look at, here is the all-time high. It's not too far away from the all-time high. I get it. It might look like it is real far away, but it's really not. A couple $100 off. So we'll be watching to see what's going to happen. What's going to happen there? And of course, silver, the Silverado. Silver, oh, a little bit of pullback here on silver. Look to the left. See, it's kind of right here. It might be a little bit of support right there. We'll see what happens. This is probably for the 21st. But overall, and from here to here, we have just the upward momentum. Goes up, sells off a little bit, but higher low, higher low. It's higher low, a little higher low, higher low, higher low. So if it keeps climbing like that, and we want to, right now, we're dealing with this area around this $28, $28.50. We'll watch to see what happens with that. Now, everybody's favorite, Bitcoin. All right. So, this is what happened today. Now, if you watched the video from yesterday, we know sellers drove it all the way down to here, but the buyers came in. But we're still in like the bottom 25%. This right here may be a tell. This may be pretty telling because this candle here, buyers drove it all the way up to being about 50% of this candle, but the sellers came in and brought it back down. And now we got this doji action, red candle going on. One of two, I guess one of three things is going to happen. It's either going to keep going sideways for a little while, and then it's either going to go up or go down. But right now, there's the trend is a little bit going down, right? If it can't break this candle, then it's probably going to go down. If it goes up, it tried to test 50% of it, or it did test 50% of it, couldn't get it done. So how many days will this be in this bottom part of the candle? And that might have some, I don't know, looking to the left. Yeah, it's something around here. Yeah, me personally, I'm glad that I'm not trading or investing in Bitcoin at the moment. Maybe if I would have bought it a long time ago, but trying to get in right now, if it was me personally, I would just be selling puts. I would be selling cash secured puts. And if I get assigned, then I'll get assigned. Now, what I am trading, ladies and gentlemen, oil. Oil, big sell-off, like a lot of other things except for gold. You see, we broke this part here, which for a while we were maintaining this. Now, looking to the left, we're still above this congestion right here, though, and we're at 62. It'll be interesting to see if it's going to stay above 60. If it stays above 60, then it's not going to go any lower, obviously. But if it goes lower than 60, I think one of the key points is around this $58 mark. It doesn't have to be exactly $58, but something around $58 is going on. So you can kind of go below 58, but it doesn't really go much lower. If it breaks the 58, then we're probably looking at around 52 being the next part that has a lot of support. So I am watching it. In fact, I am watching it on more than just the daily. This is a 15-minute chart. This is an hourly chart. This is the daily. Holy smokes. And this is the weekly. So the 15-minute is going a little bit, broke down a little bit, but I guess from this point it's been going down. But from here, going here, a little bit sideways. Even now it went sold a little lower, but went sideways. So for me, no big deal. I'm just watching to see what happens. And what else did we say? What else did I say that we're going to start looking at? The dollar via the ProShares DB US Dollar Index Trust ProShares DB US Dollar Index Bullish Fund. That's a mouthful, huh? And as you can see now, the 200-day moving average on the dollar has just been going down. Okay, what's it gonna do right here? I don't know. My guess is it's gonna keep going down. So here's a low. We're approaching that low. We'll see if it can break this low. Went up to the 200-day moving average here, bounced down, and it has been wiggly wobbly going down ever since. So that is the dollar. That is the value of the currency most likely in your pocket that you are spending to do whatever it is you do. And let's take a look at the 10-year treasury. 10-year treasury, we hit some high point. Okay, this is 1 year. Let's go to 6 months. And just so you know, okay, that's on a daily. On daily, let's look at it on a weekly. And we'll do 1 year. All right, so one of these candles is indicating a week's worth of price action. Right? So one candle is made up of 5 of these. 5 of these candles. One of these candles is 1 day, and on a normal trading week, there's 5 days in a week to make up one of these candles. So we get to see a lot more information. Looking at a year back, see a lot more information in a very short span of time. And we see that around April, March, around March, the interest rates got as high as 1.75%, and then right around there, and then kind of hit this top and sold off, and kind of been going sideways from then. But we're definitely elevated then from back here at during all this Corona time. If you can't tell, I'm sleepy. I'm ready to go to bed. So in the upcoming videos, I'll start doing my best to go into how do you take this information and put them together. Right now, I was trying to get myself in the habit of just recording these videos and getting them up on a timely basis, and mainly at first because it helps out me. It forces me to be looking at these charts every day and having a better idea of what's going on. And I find myself wanting to do this later at night because then when the futures are trading, it's had more time for the candle to form. However, at some point I have to acknowledge that that you are there, you, Mr. and Mrs. Audience. So I've got to somehow provide you some value, right? So I will do my best to do that. In the meantime, what would be better than you listening to me or someone else talk about charts and think about their own trading? You know what I think would be better? If you yourself were doing it. If you were putting positions on in these different markets, whichever one fits best for you and whatever position fits best for you and your lifestyle, that would probably be a lot better than living vicariously through someone else. Instead of being on the sidelines, being a spectator of the sport, instead of wearing face makeup and clothing to show your allegiance to whatever stock trader you like, how about you step on the field? If you need some help stepping on the field, reach out to me. We'll have a conversation. There's nothing set in stone. If you say, like, how much is it? What are you going to teach me? Da 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 da. It's all based on the individual. And what it might end up happening is I say, you know what? For you, there's no price. We're not doing it. We don't see eye to eye. We don't mesh. I don't feel I can help you. And I'm not going to spend my time and energy trying to drag horses to water. So if you're interested, you let me know. If you're not interested, I'll know because you won't contact me. Until then, guys, I got to get some sleep. You have a fantastic night. Bye-bye.